welcome back. In this video, I am going to do a little reading vlog type of situation, and I will be reading If You Could See the Sun. So I've seen this book floating around, especially on Storygraph because they had a giveaway for it, and a student recommended this, and I adore her. And she has annotated it and everything, so all of these tabs that you see are her annotations that mark like the character interactions, and then she has even highlighted stuff and has a key and everything, and this is her key. Basically, red is what the fuck slash what the fuck up respectfully. Yellow is hashtag relatable. Blue is sobbing. Purple is cute, heart. And green is OMG, which means exciting, OMG moments, LMAO, and all of that great stuff. And this is our second time doing something like this where she gives me an annotated book of hers and I just read through it. I enjoy her perspective and her annotations, and then she allows me to also annotate. I'm keeping it real simple. I'm just using this blue pen and writing comments here and there. So yeah, that's how I'll be reading this book. But what is If You Could See the Sun about? Let's find out together. No secret is safe. Alice's Sun has always felt invisible at her elite Beijing International Boarding School, where she's the only scholarship student in a sea of uber wealthy classmates. But she has a plan. Be top of the class, attend a prestigious university, secure a killer job, and finally lift her family out of poverty. Then her parents drop a bomb. They can no longer afford her tuition, even with a scholarship. But that's the least of Alice's problems because she has started uncontrollably turning invisible, as in completely physically invisible. Alice realizes there's an upside to her strange new power. Unparalleled access to the secrets of China's most rich and influential teens. Soon, Alice has a new plan. Offer her invisibility services to find out what her classmates want to know, for a price. But between balancing schoolwork, a growing relationship with academic rival turned business partner, Henry, and stealing secrets, things start to fall through the cracks. As the tasks escalate from petty scandals to actual crimes, Alice must decide if helping her family is worth losing her conscience, or even her life. I wouldn't have guessed all of that, concerning the cover of this book. I don't know, something about this cover is like really whimsical and soft, but the plot itself sounds like it might take some turns. According to my student though, she said it's a really easy read, pretty light. She enjoyed the banter and the relationship and just the overall representation of the characters. And I have not read a lot of it yet. I am using this really cute rabbit lacy red envelope from my friend as my bookmark. And I am barely in the first chapter yet, but I am enjoying it so far. I am mostly enjoying all the little annotations. And the ability to, have a conversation about this book in this way. So far, it's an easy read. That's all I have to say about it. Once I read more, I will check in with you all, and my prediction is that this will be either a 4 or 5 star read for me. So I'm hoping it does that. So I'll see you in the next check-in. Hi, I am indeed checking in with you all while I am laying down in bed because I just got back home from work and it's the week before spring break. And My students are driving me crazy. So I am exhausted. And I have been reading If You Could See the Sun for like over a week now, and I've made very little progress. And this is my first check-in with you all. I'm at around like page 86. I think that's chapter 5-ish, and it's good. The voice is definitely, it fits really well for YA, and I like that our main girl Alice isn't super like goody two shoe Asian female lead type of thing. She is a little off. The way she interprets Henry Lee's, who is her academic rivals, like just his words, his actions, just the way she interprets his being is so unnecessary, but I get like why she is viewing him that way. But as a reader, knowing that he's probably doing all this from a good place and this is just how he is, and he's not saying these remarks to make her feel bad, this is just his personality, and she's kind of like, nah, you're just trying to always win at me and blah blah. Like, I think he's trying to be cheeky. And for someone who really likes like people like that, I find it cute. So maybe this is just my bias and my problem. But when I'm annotating, I'm just like, girl, Alice, calm down. Um, but we're at a part where the plot is starting to really pick up. Alice just did her first case on the ghost app because she's invisible. So we're finally seeing her use her invisibility for something other than freaking out and not having any control over it. So there's some plot development and I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping I finish it over spring break. So hopefully there will be more check-ins soon. Hi everyone. Another check-in while I make dumplings. Things are picking up in our book. Alice has just received a hi Gigi. Alice has just received a request on the Ghost app, and it's a tough one. Someone is asking Alice to steal answers to a test. And this story is set in a prestigious academy in Hong Kong, so academic integrity is really important, and Alice has to think about whether or not she wants to take on this task. And this is a really complicated situation because she thinks she knows who it is, and we've met this character before, and she just feels really sorry for her because she's really struggling in this history class because it is in English, but she's a really intelligent student, a person, but the language barrier is a barrier, and it's preventing her from being successful with this one class, and that is causing stress because, you know, that student's parent wants her to be successful as well. So the way this part is being told really hits. It's really sad to read about these kids with so much pressure, and also sad to read about the sacrifices that these parents are making, and there's just so much on everyone, and I don't have an answer. I don't know what I want Alice to do. I'm just sad about the situation, but overall still enjoying the book a lot. You guys, Henry and Alice are so cute. He has not only pretended to be in love with another guy in order to distract that guy so Alice can get out, now he just pretended to faint so she can also get out of a situation. And this man, oh, actually, I'm sorry, this boy, because they're in high school, this boy, he does not get embarrassed easily, and there's something very endearing about the fact that he's so willing to put himself out there to make sure Alice gets out of the messy situation she is in, because she needs to make her money and she's getting into some really messy situations, but it's a fun time. They're cute, very cute. This should be a drama. I would absolutely watch it. Good morning, everyone. Ignore my questionable appearance and this pimple that has been on my face for like a month now. I am on spring break and I have not actually gotten ready for the day yet, even though it's like almost 10, but that's whatever. I've been reading, if you could see the sun, since I woke up this morning, and it is so good. Alice has been kind of questionable this whole time, as her morals are being challenged because she desperately needs money in order to stay at this private school. And I'm not judging her because of what she needs to do in order to get what she achieves. Like, she isn't privileged like all of her other schoolmates. So I'm not judging her for doing what she needs to do. I'm just, if you're going to do it, please don't get caught. Even though low-key she's doing some very, not low-key, high-key, she's doing some very illegal things, but I can't help but to root for her, because her parents have sacrificed so much, and all they want is the best for her. And I feel like Alice is very relatable in the sense that her parents just genuinely love her and want to see her happy and to give her opportunities, and they aren't the ones putting pressure onto her. She's putting that pressure on of getting good grades and being the best student on herself in order to make them proud. And there are some Asian, or like any parents really, right, who actively put that pressure on their kids, not students, sorry. And there are some who grow up around that narrative of, oh, I'm Asian, my parents sacrificed a lot, my parents worked really hard, I need to do my best as well. And that was me. My parents never actively put all those expectations on me, aside from just, not getting a B in math, because I'm not good at math. But I feel like as I got older and older, I was the one who made things a bigger deal because I felt like that's what my parents want. But looking back, I don't think they explicitly were ever like that. So that's something I am reflecting on. Our girl Alice also just did something really cool. So because this is an international, like, private school type of situation, the teachers are white. That they're esteemed. They're not all white, but like the teachers who work there are esteemed in their own like subject matter, or they're white and also doing that. Like, I guess you can be both, right? But anyways, this is one white teacher. Her name is Dr. Julie Welsh. And not her being put off by the traditional cuisine when she's literally choosing to live there and also teaching like ethics to these kids, but not practicing the things that she preaches, because she looked at the food and it's just fish. She looked at this fish dish in disgust. And then Alice was like, excuse me, Dr. Welsh, this is a experience China trip. Eat the fucking food and experience the culture. Oh my goodness. I was mad when I read that, but proud of Alice, happy for Alice that she did that, even though like another teacher kind of saved that annoying ass teacher by distracting the kids for something else. But that's whatever. I still give Alice her props. But she's about to do something extremely illegal, like kidnap someone, because tuition just went up, and I'm a little stressed. So we'll see what happens. Gigi is so cute right now, and he's just sleeping. So I'm going to hope that I don't disturb him. Also, this pimple's darker because I picked on it, so we're just gonna ignore that, okay? I have just been sitting here for a couple of hours and I have finished If You Could See the Sun, and I loved it. It's not a book I would give a 5 stars to because it's missing that a little bit of something that feels like a 5-star book to me, but it is definitely a 4 stars. This book is the perfect YA book, YA contemporary book, I guess, with a bit of magical realism. It is so enjoyable, and I feel like it probably will do or has done a really great job capturing the intended young audience and also people who are a bit older and can relate back to this experience, specifically Asian people who fallen into that route of wanting to, you know, impress their parents and do their parents justice. And if you have ever experienced being like the high achiever at school and wanting certain grades and standing out in that acknowledgement while not having the same support and privileges of those around you, you are 100% going to relate to this book. It is great. Alice does a great job representing the working class in the story. She's angry that there are people who get these opportunities so easily, that there are people who can feel supported and don't have to worry about all the things that she has to worry about. And she uses that anger to fight the system in her own way. I enjoyed the academic rivals to lovers aspect as well. It was very soft, very innocent, very endearing. I really respect that this author made sure to keep this a true YA book. You know, the characters are teens who focus on their studies and are focusing on school and family and all this stuff. So the relationship isn't a huge emphasis or huge factor in the book, but it is sweet to see their friendship grow, or I guess their rivalry growing into a friendship and then into more. And I thought Alice was hilarious. Henry was also really funny. Chanel was the amazingest. Chanel was the most amazing friend. I would love to have a friend like her. I am also semi-delirious right now because I'm hungry. Again, I have been sitting here for hours just reading. So my bad if this review is not the best, but what else did I like? The adults, they were actually adults in this book. Parents who were present, who were working really hard, who communicated with their children, and then teachers, some shitty ones and some really lovely ones who were just looking out for their students. I feel like this book deserves a TV or movie adaptation. I think it would be great on Netflix, on Hulu, and we would get to see that Asian representation and just have these like young kids, be a little messy with their money because they're rich kids, and have that conversation on class and privilege. And it would be great as a visual medium, but it's also great as a book. I'm assuming this book is semi-popular on Book Talk since the student who let me borrow this book is always on Book Talk. But if it is not getting that hype as I think it is, it definitely deserves it. And you all should definitely read it. So I'm really happy that I picked up a book that I like this much for a little reading vlog. If you do pick this book up or if you have read it, please let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would love to just talk about this book with all of you. Yeah, check it out. If You Could See the Sun by Anne Liang. I gotta work on that. But yeah, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye.